Right, so welcome everybody, I'm your host BOSSAGE, and this is obviously my channel. So if you haven't watched the update to my channel, just a bit of backstory. I went on holiday on the 28th of May, only came back yesterday, the 7th of June. So obviously in them 10 days there's been a load of things happen. I just kept checking my news feed. Obviously I'm part of the Royal Navy Facebook group and other sites. So I just kept sending the links to my Facebook Messenger. It is tremendously hot today, and I thought you'd rather want to look at HMS Queen Elizabeth, a picture of her, instead of me. So yeah, all these links that I had saved during the course of while I was away, they actually go from the 26th of May to the 8th of June. There's loads. I got back, opened them all up, and I got to 30 odd, and then I gave up counting, and I was like, I ain't counting anymore. So what I thought I'd do is, because some of them are Facebook and there's different people on, and I don't want to show people's names if because I can't get their permission, I just thought I'd go through it. So this is probably going to be like a 3-part video, because there is loads of them, but I'll work my way through and we'll see where we get to and that. So first bit of news is 26th of May, published at 8:30 in the morning UK time. Communications upgrade for HMS Queen Elizabeth. The upgrade aimed to allow additional capabilities for the Royal Navy, including the establishment of an additional Command Operations Centre on board for direction of wider task group operations. Capable of carrying up to 40 aircraft, the 65,000 ton carrier can also act as key focus of command for the CSG-21 multi-nation task groups and inter-navy training. Where it says up to 40 aircraft, she can carry more depending on the type of aircraft, and her surge capacity is 70, I do believe. Please in the comments correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm sure I've read that the surge capacity of this aircraft carrier is 70 aircraft. The Thales S1850M radar is located on top of the forward island, providing the ship with critical long-range cover and capable of automatic detection and tracking of up to 1,000 air targets of up to a range of 400 kilometers. This allows it to spot golf ball sized objects from 60 kilometers away. That's about it on here. Apart from obviously her sister ship HMS Prince of Wales is getting the same communications upgrade. The ship's company will go from 700 to around 1,600, so she's getting not far off 1,000 more company on her. I don't know, my personal opinion on that is it might be naval officers from the mine hunting ships, because they're being decommissioned. So it's like where the crew gonna go. They'll probably get retrained to operate on board a carrier. So I'll put them so you can read them as I'm moving on to the next article, but bear in mind the one I'm talking about is not the one you're seeing. So the next bit of news, which was revealed on the 27th of May but updated on Friday the 28th. New upgrade to HMS Queen Elizabeth and HMS Prince of Wales takes them to new level. And that's basically saying about the communication system again, and it talks about HMS Prince of Wales is currently undergoing the work which is being carried out by a team of 50 specialists from defence firm Thales. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And there's just on here Winston Mahaffey, which is Manager Director of Thales Naval Communications. Already said that the ship's communication system before the upgrade was already world leading. So really, the Queen Elizabeth class had the best communication system in the Royal Navy, if not in the world. But yeah, even that's getting an upgrade. So yeah, HMS Prince of Wales returned to Portsmouth on the 26th of May. As we know now, she is out of Portsmouth. She left yesterday, I think, or the day before. I'm not quite sure. Like I say, I've been on holiday, so I'm not been up to date with everything, and that's obviously the purpose behind these videos I'm doing. Just reading it as yeah, so there's nothing really else on here. It just says that that over the weekend, and this is obviously the 29th and 30th of May, I believe that was the weekend. Yeah, yeah, 29th, just checking there. That the Queen and Boris Johnson went on. Boris Johnson went on the Friday, I believe, and the Queen visited HMS Queen Elizabeth on the Saturday before she departed. So yeah, that's it really on that. Sorry if these videos seem a bit slow, but like I said, I am catching up on everything. While I was away, I was just putting all these links, saving them so I could go through them with you guys. Thought it might be a fun video. If you do enjoy any of my content, please smash that notification button, like the video if you like what you're seeing, and subscribe. When you hit that notification button, you know when I upload new content. Yeah, so that's... so on the 27th of May, RAF Lightnings from HMS Queen Elizabeth deployed an exercise Atlantic Trident. The 8 F-35s, which are from the Dam Buster Squadron, the 617 Squadron, flew with and against crews from France and the US in simulated combat off the southwest coast of France. I'm just reading a bit further down, but I've just said about that. With them they had flying Voyager tankers. Not only refueling the UK F-35s, but those flown by the US and the jets from France and RAF Typhoons. So yeah, you won't see all the articles, because like I said, some are off Facebook. This is a YouTube video of the Atlantic Trident. I'll play that one so you can see. Actually thinking about it, I don't want to get done for copyright. So yeah, but they seem to be having a good day. There seems to be good weather. Some news from across the pond on the 28th of May. French shipbuilder naval group has offered for FDI vessels, which are going to be built in Greece. I'm just trying to... So yeah, basically France is developing frigates for the Greece Navy. I'm hoping I'm going to pronounce this right. The Hellenica navies. So that's another bit of news. Sorry, I think I said news from across the pond. I do apologise. No, as soon as it said naval, I saw America. Because I tend to really only look at the UK and America, but no, yeah, that is France building a new frigate for Greece. Moving on to the 27th of May. So these are in order, literally just how I opened the links when I got back home. Russia is building a single-engine hypersonic fighter jet, which is going to be... It's only the country's second new fighter design since the end of the Cold War. Apparently it's would be the same size class as the American F-16. Apparently a lightweight, inexpensive fighter would help Russia modernise its fighter force while providing popular abroad. So it's going to apparently be a popular in other countries. But I mean, I think I've mentioned it on my channel before. Show you a picture. Russia is lacking behind on quite a few things. With its fighting force, its ground force is quite good. Its destroyers are quite good. Submarines, aircraft carriers, they haven't got. They've got one, but yet they haven't got one. It's in for repair so many times they might as well not have one. Even when it in for repairs, there was an accident which caused even more damage. There was a lot of talk, I believe, because it went in. I'm just going to Google it. Yeah, so the 30th of October 2018, Admiral Kuznetsov was damaged when Russia's biggest floating dry dock sank. So there was a lot of talk because of the massive fire. Quite a lot of people were saying about them just replacing the carrier, because the carrier is really old. It's it's 41 years old. Yeah, 20. Yeah, 41 years old, and most of the countries that aircraft carriers would have already. They would have gone past the planning stage by now on designing a new aircraft carrier. It's like, I'm pretty sure the Nimitz class are within their last 10 years of being in active service, and America has already got the new generation of aircraft carrier. Just one, but the replacements are. Moving on, historic Spitfire lands in Greece after 68 years. This was, I got this news on the 28th of May. The MJ755 flew over Athens once again, returning from the United Kingdom, where it was fully restored and returned to flight-worthy condition. MJ755 made their first engine runs in late December 2019. In January 2020, she was ready for her first flight, conducted by veteran British pilot Peter Kinsey. The Spitfire landed in Corfu, then made a couple of other stops before it went to Athens. When it entered Greek airspace, it was given an honour escort by Greek fighter aircraft. So it's but that would have been lovely to hear. A Spitfire engine, amazing to hear. MJ755 was one of 77 Spitfires presented to the Hellenic Royal Air Force to rebuild Greece's fleet on February 27th, 1947. Oh, I've just got rid of that. I knew I could do it. There we go. That's a copy because I've already talked about Russia and its hypersonic jet. On British aircraft carriers made a launch, apparently a message to China ahead of massive war games. This was released on the 28th of May. I'm going to make 2 points with this article. I've said that on my channel, because there's quite a few that do military stuff, reporting the Royal Navy and all that. I've done it because I've stated I'm doing this because I get fed up with people doing fake news. There's a lot, I've seen YouTube videos about the Royal Navy making new classes of warships when it's not true. There's been days where I've read that, and then on the same day I've read an article released actually by the Royal Navy saying that they're going to convert current ships to do the job. So this, I'm not going to mention the name, but it's on Yahoo, and I'm going to hide the name so you can't see it. Clearly, I'm trying to be respectful, but it does agitate me, irritate me. She seemed, to put it politely, she seems late to the party, should I say it. She's, I've mentioned before about the carrier strike group going through the South China Sea and how it's going to piss off China and all that. And she's put here, the maiden voyage of HMS Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier will seek to show allies that post-Brexit Britain is ready to defend Western interests and eager to see China respect international rules, the vessel's commander has said. So she hasn't named the commander there, although she moves on to then mention his name. I believe Commodore Steve Morehouse, the ship's commanding officer and captain, said the carrier's forthcoming voyage was a hugely powerful statement. The fact that HMS Queen Elizabeth is doing this deployment has been around for quite some time. I mean, I've known about it at least a month, if not more. So for it to just, for this news article to be out, it's, for me, it's written like it's a new thing. It isn't, although it's an exciting thing, don't get me wrong. She's done it as like it's a new thing. It goes on to say on Friday the ship took part in NATO exercises with the Mediterranean ahead of the journey that will cut through the South China Sea in a signal to Beijing that sea lanes must remain open. She's not been very diplomatic, in my opinion. A lot of the time when I'm reading news articles about this operation, it says that HMS Queen Elizabeth Carrier Strike Group is sailing through the South China Sea to uphold freedom of navigation. But this is, she's putting here that it's a direct signal to Beijing. It's, although she's hitting the nail on the head, other ones are being diplomatic. And then it just goes on about the Queen visiting, and she says about we face global threats and challenges, including the shifting balance of power and the rise of China. So, yeah, she goes on to stuff that I've been saying for quite some time. So, put that there. You can see, as you can see, the links are piling up. But yeah, this one isn't loading for some reason. But yeah, I've talked about like rising threats before, like Russia went on about when the 7 Russian warships went through British waters. Oh, this article was on about I can't remember when it was because it don't have a date, but see if we can get it in Google. Yeah, I've talked about rising threats like Russia, like we just said, China. It's not a new thing, and that we are coming to an age where I guess you could say more countries want to be heard. Here we go, got it. So yeah, I think I mentioned this before as well. Osprey destroys Adam Brooks helipad. So this was a the United States Air Force will pay for damage caused to the helipad at Adam Brooks Hospital after it wrecked the helipad during a training operation. I'll put that there. It's causing a bit of an issue, that link. The 29th of May. Royal Navy ships from Portsmouth use artificial intelligence to defend against missile attack for the first time. The Royal Navy is using artificial intelligence for the first time at sea in a bid to defend against missile attacks. Leading edge software is being tested by 2 Portsmouth-based warships at sea against live missiles during the largest exercise of its type off the coast of Scotland and Norway. Can't see it stating what type of vessels. There might be frigates. Involving more than 3,000 military personnel. Formidable shield tests the ability of NATO warships to detect, track and defeat. Sorry about that. You can put a sign on the door saying please don't come in because you're streaming and people still shout upstairs. So where was I? Yeah, yeah, artificial intelligence against missile attacks. I'm just trying to see what ships there were. There we go. Ooh, does sound interesting actually. If I was you, I'd Google it. So that is Operation Formidable Shield 21. Netherlands, America, UK, Italian Navy, Norway, the Spanish Navy were all involved with this. Germany apparently as well. So yeah. The USS Roosevelt, yes, I'd Google that. Sounds very interesting. I would probably normally do a video about that. If you want a video about that, please put that in the comments section. I'm not going to do one as of yet because this article was on the 29th of May, updated on the 30th of May. So undoubtedly there'll be new information as and when it comes.
Yuki's career stack.
Oh, sorry about that. YouTube video. So this was on the 26th of May. Just Merlin Mac to the board, HMS Queen Elizabeth. I'm not going to put... I'll put that there, but put it back on Formidable Shield for you. We know that there's Merlins on HMS Queen Elizabeth. French Navy's Mistral class LHD visits Singapore. That was on the 28th of May. If you're still here at this point in the video, thank you so much for sticking with me. But yeah, you can see by all these stuff, all these links, that I had a lot to come back to. There was a little link here on the 28th of May at 9 PM. That was in the Telegraph. And the title is Britain risks becoming a liability unless we keep up with the US, says Army Chief. Which I've got to sort of agree with the article, to be honest. Because, like, funding for defence, it's only just starting to grow again. And even now it's like 1 foot forward, 2 foot back. It's not gaining enough momentum. So, yeah. Although it's to do with the army, it's that really stands for throughout the board of the defence about the UK. May the 30th, finally we're getting to the end of May. Italian destroyer joins British carrier strike group. So, if you don't know about these Italian destroyers, there's a Horizon class destroyer, which is what the French use, and without refreshing my memory, at least France and the UK were going to design a ship together, but there was a few arguments, I believe, and that ended up being the Type 45 destroyer being born and the Horizon destroyer being born. Italy got the same as France as well, and we're the only country to have the Type 45, and the Type 45 is actually, I think I'm right in saying, it's actually better than the Horizon. We sort of went full pelt with the Type 45. And yeah, it's you can tell by picture actually the Type 45 is more, it's meant more for business. So the Italian destroyer Andrea Doria joined HMS Queen Elizabeth and her carrier strike group. The vessel, sharing some design heritage with the Type 45 destroyer, as you can see, will sail with the fleet for 10 days. The vessel will effectively replace HMS Kent as HMS Kent heads off to work with standing NATO Maritime Group 2 to promote maritime security in the Mediterranean. So, I've mentioned this before, a Type 45 destroyer and a Type 23 frigate, which turns out to be HMS Kent, are going to the Mediterranean. This was planned before all the heightened Russian military activity, but yeah, so, and you can also tell by it effectively replacing a frigate. It says here, and it's a UK Defence Journal this is done from, this is more of a frigate than a destroyer, although it looks like the Type 45. It does look like it's got a smaller helipad than the Type 45, and the front of the ship there's quite a lot of space and there's nothing there, whereas we've got that big gun at the front. This hasn't, and the Type 45 I think is a more beautiful ship, but you can read that article for yourself and find out. This article again from 30th of May is about artificial intelligence used for the first time at sea. HMS Dragon launches a Sea Viper, aka Aster 30 missile during exercise Formidable Shield 2021. So the UK ships were HMS Lancaster, HMS Dragon and HMS Argyle. All of them are Type 23 frigates apart from HMS Dragon, which is the Type 45 destroyer. And you can see there how stunning the Type 45 is. It's a newer ship compared to the Type 23, which are currently undergoing being replaced in the very near future. I've not really said much about that because it's a bit of a repeat of an article. Some of these are taking quite a bit of time to load. Right, so this is the Eurasian Times, and it's titled How does India's INS Vikrant compete against China's Liang and Shandong aircraft carriers? This was on the 1st of June. This was published. I reckon that India would be better, but this sort of, I can't really think where this comes from because there's not been, I can't remember reading an article where it's stating about India and China being at loggerheads. Obviously with India not being too far away from China or the South China Sea, reading the article now, it's this article stems from China's recent power projections against Taiwan and Southeast Asian nations, which should not be taken lightly. I think in that case, I'll let you read it there, it'll be a case of India having the more modern, in my opinion. It is homegrown, that one I do believe. Actually, I'm gonna have a look. Just so I know. Yeah, it's more modern. It was launched 2013, so it's only, what, 8 years old? Oh no, actually, it's in sea trial. It was commissioned 2020. Oh no, it's going to be commissioned 2022 to 2023. So yeah. And as we know, the Liang and I do believe as well the Shandong aircraft carriers are both designed on old Russian ones. Russian aircraft carriers. For anybody who's wanting more information, I will right. So yeah. So it was sold. Yeah, the Soviet Union it went through quite a few hands. yeah, I'm just seeing about other. Right, so yeah. No, actually, Shandong is China's first domestically produced aircraft carrier. So, but it does, I do believe, yeah, is a significant improvement over the Soviet-built one. So yeah, and I do believe it takes like elements from the Soviet one, but the next aircraft carrier by China, the Type 003, isn't wholly different. That design, it's more like an American one. So moving on. I think I've just taken that tab down for some reason. So this was on the May the 31st, I do believe. F-35 from HMS Queen Elizabeth in precautionary landing in Ibiza. The aircraft apparently incorrectly showing as a Dutch F-35 on the popular flight racking website was operating from HMS Queen Elizabeth. It says a UK Defence Journal, but there's not much. It goes onto more Twitter feeds. Basically, it's just a puncture that happened. And it landed in Ibiza because apparently why you land on a small deck when you can land on a large one. The person writing this article apparently acts as a naval source. I think this is just a bit of like quite a lot of hearsay and that, because it's reading through it, it's quite secretive, and then it just goes on about the yeah, I'll show you that bit of it, but you can see, look, it's just all that just seems a bit secretive to me. It's yeah. On the 30th of May, a Spitfire Hurricane was spotted over the skies of Kent. Obviously people are about to tell the difference there to which is which. I'm gonna go back to the F-35 because I think you guys might be more interested in reading that. So this is a website that I haven't seen before. James, this is from the US. Orders 2 Remus 300 UVs from Huntington Ingalls Industries. This was published on the 27th of May. To me, I don't see the point. I think they're just for here we go. Mine countermeasures, survey, and environmental assessment. And that's a hell of a lot of money to be spending on something that does very little, but that's just my opinion on it. This is an old article. I don't know why it came up again. This is UK Defence Journal about well, this is from the 1st of June, but it is an old article. I'll let you read it while I'm talking about it. Yeah, so this basically HMS Bay has received the Dazzle paint job, which was used in World War II. I've talked about it before. If you are a follower of my channel, you'll have heard me rant about it. I don't see the point really of these vessels to begin with. To have a Dazzle paint job, these ships aren't made for major war engagements, so the paint job, I could understand if you stick it on a Type 45 or a Type 23, but for a patrol vessel, I don't see the point. So yeah, we've got to close to an hour of me rambling on. I'm going to leave it there and move on to part 2. If you did enjoy that and enjoyed that news update and all them, I'm going to get on with part 2 now. It'll be a different video. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe. Yeah, and I'll see you next time.